Now, this footage was filmed back in November 2011, so it's not really that long ago. But the field I'm climbing into here has a small crop of oats planted in it. Now, due to the fact that it has been a really wet year and the combine that was contracted to cut the crop was running weeks behind time, that and the fact that when it did arrive, the owner had upgraded to a larger machine which was too big to fit down the narrow track to get to the field, so the crop was lost. But I noticed that there was quite a few wood pigeons coming and going from it, so I decided to come down this morning and set up the little pop-up hide and see if I could decoy one or two. Now, I've tried 2 or 3 times earlier than this to decoy wood pigeons to the field, and I wasn't having much success. I was using plastic decoys, I tried buying new decoys, even tried putting up flappers, but no success. I just couldn't get the birds to settle in the crop in front of me. I couldn't even really get the birds to fly over the top of me, so even if I had a shotgun I wouldn't have had too many shots either. So this morning, after setting up the hide, I decided to try 1 or 2 dead wood pigeons as decoys. Now, usually this sort of setup does not fail for me, because dead birds, you can't beat them for a decoy. So I was expecting a good bit of success this morning. So we'll see how things go. I'm just setting the decoys up around the outskirts of the hole, and try and set them up so that their heads are upright and alert looking, and that they can be seen easily from above. Now, I've been sitting quite a while without much sight or sign of any wood pigeons when I notice a few magpies taking an interest in the hole in the barley. So I bring the rifle up, ready for any opportunity that might present itself. This bird here's landed right beside one of my dead pigeon decoys, and he's taking a great interest in it. I'm going to have to wait till he gets into a clearing where I can get a clear shot at his head. And I drop him on the spot. He's only about 25 yards away. Now, I've shot a second magpie here. You can see it just lying just off camera. Yeah, I forgot to press record, but the rest of the birds have dropped down right beside it, so I managed to get a third bird very quickly. Then another bird arrives where the other 2 birds are still twitching. They're both shot through the head, so they're dead. Whatever movement you see is just nerves. It really gets the rest of the birds riled up. And I take another bird, the 4th one, in a very short space of time. This really gets the rest of the birds in the area quite agitated. Then I see why, as a buzzard flies straight over the top of the decoys. The noise of the magpies and crows around me becomes almost deafening at some points. The buzzard lands in a nearby hedge, overlooking the decoys, then lands beside one of the pigeon decoys. Now these birds are totally protected in the UK, and I have no interest in shooting one, just capturing it on tape. And he decides to fly off. I think the amount of magpies and crows in the area mobbing him has put him off. But very shortly after, a magpie lands exactly where the buzzard had just taken off from. He still seems quite agitated, but I managed to track him through the camera. And taken with another headshot. The pigeons, however, well, they decided to group in the trees the other side of the field from me. There's a hole over in that corner too, and they seem to be feeding quite well in that part. I never did manage to decoy the pigeons properly in this area. I think maybe at this time of year that they've been shot at that much. Anything that looked like a decoy, they stayed well away from it. But later on in the day, this big cock pheasant appeared, and look at him all fluffed up, putting on a display for the wood pigeon just laying down in the bottom left hand corner. He does not like the look of my pigeon decoy. Now this bird probably has been introduced to the ground by a shooting syndicate, and I leave them well alone because I concentrate on the vermin, and I haven't put any money into breeding or stalking pheasants onto this ground, so it's not really fair for me to shoot them. Well, I had to call it a day. I came after some pigeons, and I was really hoping and looking forward to getting quite a good bag of pigeons, but unfortunately it just wouldn't work for me at this time. But I did manage to get 5 magpies. I always like gathering up what I shot behind me at the end of the day and try and leave the place as I found it, as it really does pay dividends to treat the countryside and the farmer's property with respect. Well, I've got 5 magpies for my effort at the end of the day. Better than nothing, I guess. I apologise for the rough sounding voice, as I've picked up a dose of the cold from somewhere.